So the other day I was on Amazon and I saw that there was a new deck out. And it's called the Sacred Medicine Oracle by, is that Aja or Asia Frost? And the artwork is by Steph Littlebird. And all I saw was this, the picture that's on the box. I did not open these. I took the plastic off so I didn't have to fight with it on camera. But there's 56 cards in this deck and a guidebook. And all I saw was that picture. And the look on her face and the purple fingernail polish and lipstick, and I just thought she was so pretty. So it made me just want to check out this deck. So with my own money, can you believe it? I bought this deck. It wasn't expensive, as you can see. And underneath this video, I will definitely give you a link to where you can buy a legitimate copy. I believe I have an Amazon affiliate link for this one. And you can check it out. So right now, I'm going to show you every single card, and I'm going to tell you how I feel about them. And you can decide if it's something that you want for your collection. My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anybody and everybody who might like it too. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think about this deck. If you would like to get a reading done, please hit me up. My personal information is underneath this video. If you would like to, let's see. Oh, I have Ask an Aquarius merchandise underneath this video if you want to get some of that. And I also have my PayPal and my Cash App in case you want to send a donation to the channel. So let's get started. All right, so you've seen the front, you've seen the back. I'm going to just spin it around for you. It is from Hay House. So if you have any other Hay House decks, then they're usually about the same quality. This box, I'm feeling the box. But one thing about Hay House I love the most is that they don't generally use the tuck box. Look at this. They have the finger holes in it, and it's a hard box. Ooh, and it says something inside of it. Let's see what that says. Awesome. And what I like about this, remember I said it's nice and hard. Like that is not going to break on you like my tuck boxes do. My tuck boxes always break eventually. Now I'm going to show you the bottom of the box. So yeah, they always have good quality of boxes, so I'm feeling that. And I also, with Hay House, I really do like the size of the cards too. They're usually larger than a standard size tarot deck, but they're not big Pee Wee Herman cards that are hard for me to shuffle. Here's our guidebook. So there aren't any pictures in the guidebook. However, there is a sacred ceremony. That's cool with each one. And an affirmation. I like that a lot. Great. We're going to check that out more. Another thing I like about Hay House is that they put this piece of paper around it instead of plastic. The less plastic, the better, I always say. So now I'm going to show you guys the first card. Okay, they are in number order. So before I start showing cards, I am going to show you the width. This is the back of the card. Ooh, look at that back. Beautiful. I love the blue fingernail polish. Nice touch. And as you can see, let me pull this up some. As you can see, the card is a big card. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not humongous, but it's not the size of a standard size tarot card. Let's look at its thickness. Okay. Okay. Not a bad thickness. It doesn't feel bad at all. I feel like these would be awesome for shuffling. Now let me show you the first card. Let's look at the artwork. Oh, I just think it's sweet. That's what made me really drawn to it. I was like, this is just really sweet. It has such a sweet look to it. And like very nature based. So we see that each one has a number. And then it has a name, Dark Spirit Moon. And then it's talking about the void. It's very mysterious. So the interesting thing about these is that the artwork is, I love the artwork. Me and the artist are definitely vibing. But the interesting thing about these is that, remember I said they have the guidebook, a big fat guidebook at that. But if you're the kind of person who doesn't want to work with the guidebook, you don't have to. You can just look at this if you want to do it intuitively, and you can just go off of what you get from what's underneath. So the shine card, for example, the full spirit moon. Let's say I get this and I tell the person, I feel like you are coming into a time in your life where your light is ready to shine. That could be, all that you get from it. And you could talk about that theme of shining. And you could also talk about that theme of mirroring. See how the water mirrors it? So that could come up as well. Depends on what you're getting intuitively. So you theoretically can use these without the guidebook if you choose to. Now, me personally, I always use the guidebook. Always use a guidebook for oracle decks, not always for tarot. Now, lately I have been getting into that because I'm noticing that some of these guidebooks have a lot of information. Some of these guidebooks have a lot of great information. So lately I've started to look at the guidebooks for tarot, but I've always looked at the ones for oracle because they have all kinds of cool things in there. Like I said, the affirmations, whatever that ritual is that we're going to check out later, they often have stuff like that and lots of pearls of wisdom. And this is really good for a daily pull. You could pull one of these every day and then sit with the message. You can sit with the message all day. You can journal about the message. This gives you a lot to spring off of mentally and emotionally and spiritually. Likewise, if you're pulling cards, tarot for example, you could pull 2 or 3 of these to potentially end or begin a reading, or to give clarity to the cards you've already pulled. So I'm feeling this. Now I see why I'm feeling this. It has a very strong Native American vibe to me. I knew I was feeling it for a reason. I don't know anything about that side of our heritage, but I do know on my grandmother's side, we have some Native American ancestors. I don't know anything about them, but I'm always very fascinated whenever I see Native American culture or cards, dress. I went to a festival once, and I know that there are all kinds of different particular groups. I lump them and I say Native American. Because I don't know which one we're from. Someone told me they thought it was Cherokee, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm very drawn to this kind of artwork and this kind of energy. Beautiful. Beautiful and different too. Like, I don't have anything like this. I do have a tarot. I forget what it's called, but it's all Native Americans in it. I think it's called Visions or something Visions. I can't remember, but really nice artwork as well. This would pair nicely with that deck if I could remember the name of it. So I can find it. Look at her jewelry. That ring is beautiful. It reminds me of the one I have on. It's probably why I'm drawn to it. Mine is Larimar. I think hers probably is turquoise. Love her fingernails. I love how they painted the fingernails. That really stands out to me because I love getting my nails painted different colors. I love sage. Sage is one of my favorite smoking agents. Love that. I guess that's why I'm so drawn to this, because I'm sitting here now and I'm like, a lot of things in my own world even, reflect this. Because remember I said the sage? Well, let me show you this. I'm sitting right next to a bundle of ethically sourced sage. And I'm sitting here like, I'm really feeling this art. So this art is awesome. Here is our elder. Another thing I'm noticing as I'm looking through here, and I always look for this. Wait a minute, let me move my sage bundle back where it belongs. Don't want to knock anything over. I am so clumsy. Aquarius are very clumsy, so I always have to make sure I put things in a space where I won't knock them over. Okay, so yeah, I'm always looking, whenever I do any type of review, I'm always looking for what kind of diversity I see. in the cards. And this, I expect it to be, you know, all like Native American images, but I'm still seeing diversity even in that, because so far we've had our elder, and we're seeing differences in skin tone, some lighter, some darker. This young lady here, beautiful, beautiful, love her dress. But her skin tone is darker, like almost close to mine. So like I'm really loving that. The diversity within the group, because every group has diversity within it. So I love to see that expressed. She looks like a crone to me too. And the use of nature, animals and nature. Again, really big in a lot of Native American art that I've seen over the years. Okay, the bear. And I don't know the images like by heart, but I've seen a lot of things that had totems, and the totems were usually animals. So we see this as well. Oh, another crone. Awesome. And some kids. See, a diversity in age, diversity in size. One of them was a little larger than the other ones. The other ones are about average size, but we see a lot of that age coming up. And like I said, the skin tones. So this is awesome. I think this is a really pretty deck. And it's not just pretty. That's why I have a stack of decks next to me. And this is the first one I grabbed for, because it's not just pretty, because it is pretty. Look at those beautiful, the red here. That red is drawing me in. But it's not just pretty. It's like it has a very nice vibration to it as well. I'm looking forward to using these. Oh, look at that. Rainbow activation. The authenticity. That is beautiful. And they live up to their name. You know, the sacred is what I'm really seeing. Like the profound, the sacred, you know, the devotion to the earth and to each other. This is really beautiful. A medicine bag. I have one of these. And I have my little, I think it's crystals and herbs and things in it. Oh, nice. Very nice. I love the way that fire is drawn. Yeah, I was excited when I saw this deck. So I'm definitely right. That's one thing about me. When I see a deck, I don't even need to see the whole thing or any, like if I see one or two cards, that's enough for me to know if I should investigate. Because I never actually get a deck. I don't request a deck or buy a deck unless I think I'm going to like it. Because you'll notice that almost every deck on my channel I like. It's only one that I did not like. And that was a deck I bought for someone else. All the other ones that I've shown you, I really had a great a love for, just for the one or two cards that I saw. And that's what made me want to show it to you guys. I love her earrings. I used to wear earrings all the way up. I don't wear them anymore. If I used to wear them all the way up. I love it. The beautiful rose in her hand. That's pretty. Yeah, so these look good. They have awesome messages. And they're not like the same old messages we hear over and over again. They got some, you know, a lot of nuances to their messages. Certain messages you hear time and time again. Every time you see an oracle deck, it's the same message. But these are really tapping more into the earth honoring aspect with a lot of these messages. And the connection aspect. Oh, I like that a lot. And anybody who's familiar with using, you know, like the wheel of the year, for example, here's the spring equinox. So people who are used to doing, you know, spring equinox, summer solstice, things like that, you'll recognize these immediately. The water. I love the little curly curls she puts on her art. That's decent. It seems to be her signature. I see a lot of those curly curls in the water. Okay, so now we're looking, each one of these equinoxes, solstice, had a different animal I noticed with it. Hibernation. Okay. I wonder what lesson hibernation. I guess maybe it teaches us when it's time to rest. I like that. Very clever. So using, the things that you see in the earth, the things that you witness just on everyday life, using those things like seed planter intention. Yeah, because you intend to get some crops when you plant those seeds. So yeah. And the wisdom keeper. Okay, so that's mastery. I love how she has the constellations. Several different cards have constellations, and I like that. That's decent too. Family, awesome. Bunch of different looks, different ages going on there. And it's a healthy amount of cards. Didn't I say it was 56? That's really healthy. A lot of them, you're lucky if you get 44. You're lucky if you get 44. So getting 56 is very generous. Yeah, the animal totem. That's what I was talking about. The totems. I don't know much about them. I just know that certain animals represent different ones, different layers. And I always seen it like built up in a different animal head representing a different layer. But I don't know what they mean. So that would be interesting. Maybe they give us a little bit of that in this particular card. Two spirit. Diversity. Yes. They in certain Native American traditions, I was told that people in the LGBTQ community, some of them fit into the two spirit community, which is people of, that particular energy. So this is where I would fit into. So in certain traditions, I guess I'd be called two spirit. I hope they give a lot of information on that in this. That's decent. I would love to know more about that. That is awesome. Okay, we have another age, a younger age, a little mama. She can't be more than 3 years old. She is so adorable. Aww. Oh, my girl is beautiful. Look at her. Excuse me. Beautiful. Love it. That is a magnificent card. Another magnificent card. The Earth Mother. I love the third eye in the middle of her head. And how her hair becomes the water. That is really, really decent. Man, these are awesome. Star blanket. Okay. So hopefully, if I pull one card, my intention is to leave these in order. That's what I want to do. I want to leave these in order. And I want to do one card a day. And hopefully by the time I finish reading the book, I'll have a lot more information than I already do. Because some of these are familiar to me, like sage, tobacco. This looks like lavender, I think. I'm not sure. But some of these look familiar to me. So it would be cool to learn more about them. Aquarius love to learn. Oh, this is pretty. Look at that. Taking together broken pieces and making something beautiful and whole again. Reminds me of life. Sometimes life tears you apart. And if you have, I don't know what it takes, but if you have it, you can pull yourself back together and be beautiful again. I guess it's self-determination. I would say divine intervention. I say a combination of those things. Oh, this is pretty. Destiny. I like the spider web. And she doesn't look like a crone. She looks like she's going into crone, though. She looks like, remember I said I see differences in ages? I love that. There's a lot of age diversity in here. That is really cool. She looks about my age. So not quite a crone, but going in that direction. With the black and white hair. Because that is definitely me. Going in that direction. Peaceful warrior. Beautiful. Now here's 50. Okay. I tell you, I gotta give this deck a 10 out of 10. And you guys know it is very infrequent that I give a deck a 10 out of 10. I always have at least one gripe, but I don't have a gripe at all with this deck. I like the size of it. I like the fact that it doesn't have borders. I like the thickness of the cards. I like the fact that it has more than 44 cards. I love all this diversity. I love the artwork. I love all of the different symbols coming from, Native American cultures, symbols I'm pretty much familiar with, at least to a certain extent. I love it. This is a win. This is definitely a win. So if you're feeling this vibe, I strongly suggest you go out and get this beautiful deck. And I feel like it's going to teach a lot of values. I see so many values here, like supporting each other, holding sacred space, being in community. I see a lot of decent values here that, quite frankly, our society needs our societies, maybe not all of them, but a lot of our societies need to bring back, reconsider. A lot of people are so mean and nasty to each other, and not looking out for each other, not looking out for the earth, not looking out for the animals, for the environment. I think we need a lot more than that, a lot more of that. So I love to see a deck like this that really calls upon that. All right, so let's just see. I said that I would pull one. Let me find one. I usually pull my favorite, but this time I have a lot of favorites. So let's go with this one. This is the one I said I would be in. So let's see what it means. I think that's what it is, and I'm about to find out. Let's see if I'm right. 40. Okay, diversity. The term two-spirit is used by indigenous people to speak about a person who identifies with both masculine and feminine energies. Folks who hold this beautiful identity open our minds to the truth that there is diversity of gender. There can be fluidity to our fixed and binary understanding of identity. And with an open heart and mind, we can move beyond what we have known. The medicine of this card offers rainbow light to your mind and heart, asking you to reflect on your fixed beliefs. Where are you unmovable or unable to see the diversity in people, opinions, and expressions? Where are you being too rigid or closing your heart to another? It's time to let unconditional love penetrate these energies so that you can stay in the flow of connection. That is really beautiful. That is really beautiful. I'm blown away. There are times when judgment comes from a place of fear or misunderstanding, and you are offered compassion for the times in your life where this has been the case. You can always make amends and offer repair for the times you might have harmed another. Two-spirit energy brings powerful forces forward for you to come clean with yourself, forgive yourself, and move forward with an open heart to see how diverse the world truly is. So if somebody gets this card, they're probably a bigot. 9 times out of 10. Or there's somebody who they're a bigot 9 times out of 10. Someone who has a really hard heart towards others, and they could be, you don't have to be 100% a bigot. Maybe they're a bigot towards certain classes, for example. It could be any type. It doesn't have to be sexuality. So this is telling this person to soften their heart, and I'm feeling that. I think this is beautiful. Now here's the sacred ceremony. A healer who holds two-spirit energy comes before you with a rainbow ribbon. It is filled with energy that helps to expand your viewpoint and move you into a more accepting space. They swirl this ribbon around, and you are washed with all vibrant colors. As these flow around you, your heart grows bigger than you have ever felt it to be. It vibrates with acceptance and openness to learning new ways of understanding humanity. And see, I feel like we all can fall into this. I feel like we all can fall into like a sort of like energy of the other. like they're the other, that person is the other. A lot of us can fall into this energy, and I believe it's in different ways. Just having, unmovable, thoughts. I remember being a young girl and people saying not to be around people with tattoos. For example, when I was like 5, 6, 7, 8, it was seen as something of a person of lower status or a sailor or something like that. And now all kinds of people have tattoos, but that's one of those kind of limiting beliefs that I'm feeling from this. I'm feeling like it's like opening up your mind, and I think that's beautiful. The healing affirmation is: I open myself up to learning about my fellow kin and unweaving harmful fixed beliefs of the past. I am love. I agree with this 100%. This is beautiful. And I love how it goes beyond just sexuality. This goes into race, class, gender, politics, anything you could think of, trans issues, all of that can go into this. Any area where we don't let love in. I love this deck. This is really beautiful. So, please check out underneath this video if you would like to get a copy of this deck for yourself. I highly recommend it. And you guys please come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.